Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What was the most obvious YTA you have ever seen on AITA, excluding ragebait? The recent one where he uninvited his friend to his wedding because the friend lost his arm in an accident and that would draw the spotlight away from the couple. Becoming disabled, unfortunately, shows you who your true friends are. Learned this firsthand. No pun intended. I've been disabled since birth, but this is still super true. I always gauge whether or not I should be friends with someone based on their reaction to me telling them about it. There was this guy who divorced his wife while she was in the hospital. He thought she was terminally ill, because she wasn't her old self. He then, in a matter of months, married a coworker the wife always felt a little sus about. When the douche found out his wife not only recovered, but got her life together and basically had a mental and physical glow up, he started wondering if he should try shooting his shot with her again. Edit. I'm very sorry, but I couldn't find the post. Tried searching with wife, ex, sick, get back and in all my comments, but nothing comes up. I guarantee it was real, because it was one of the first posts in AITA that made me mad AF. P.S. Wow, that's a lot of upvotes. Sounds like the ex-wife dodged a bullet. They were married and she got dumped while in the hospital. That's not a dodge, she took the hit. She recovered from the bullet wound really well though. I read somewhere that I can't find again that this is such a common reaction from men that nurses have a protocol to warn women who are diagnosed with disabling, major illnesses. My best friend was warned about this when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Sure enough, 7 years together and he fucked off BC. It was too much for him. She's 5 years cancer-free. Looks and feels better than ever, and guess who popped into her DMs a couple months ago? FFS. Another friend's husband just walked away when it became terminal. Didn't even come to her funeral. I still have a lot of anger about that. I know this isn't all partners, but the fact that women are warned upon diagnosis is so sad. At least in one study of cancer patients, they found that the divorce rate for a female patient and husband was 21%. And the divorce rate for a male patient and wife was 3%. So, yeah, pretty stark difference. https www.discovermagazine.com/health/men-are-more-likely-to-abandon-a-seriously-ill-spouse. But there's probably a bit of a generational difference here. I'd assume that marriages with more traditional gender roles are more likely to have this disparity, since the men often don't know how to take care of themselves or the house without a wife. Selling his brother's Pokemon cards for $5K, then not giving his brother the money because he found them while helping him move. Post and update under user https://www.reddit.com/user/low-hat-6035/. Oop continues to argue that he earned the money, promoting one user to conclude it's ragebait because no one is this stupid. Quote, update: I brought wealth to the family. LMAO. I saw that one. My gosh, I hope that brother stays NC with that op permanently. The brother went to the police. Edit. Unfortunately, I was remembering a very similar Tifu post. Shout out to Am I the Devil if you want some really painful reads beyond the typical YTA. One dude's girlfriend committed suicide because he lied about helping her move to his country and she had quit her job, etc. in preparation for moving. He just complained about it being hard on him. He missed her cooking. Don't forget that. But remember, the cooking was only the first thing that came to mind. The suicide comes much later. In the beginning he complains that it wasn't his responsibility to sponsor his GF. Even though he was the one convinced her to stay in the country to continue being in a relationship. And promised to help her. The sponsorship was his idea. They do all the legwork and then he pulled the rug out from under her and she had to leave the country. It was super fucked up. One dude was like, AITA for not promoting my longest serving overqualified employee and instead giving the job to my son who just graduate college. Quote, dude got roasted and downvoted to oblivion. I really don't understand why you wouldn't promote the employee then give the son that job. Like he's a brand new grad. Maybe you'd want him to learn how your business works before putting him in a position of authority. I get the nepotism angle, but for nepotism to benefit you in a business you own, the business still has to be running properly. Seriously. CEO of a company I used to work for hired his son right out of college. And made him start at the juice bar. I mean, yeah, he very quickly worked his way up to becoming president of the company, but still. At least his dad made him see how it worked at the bottom of a corporation instead of giving him a high-level position right off the bat. Plus I still giggle a little at the image in my mind of him working the juice bar in the lobby. LMAO. So many good ones already suggested. The one I first thought of was the American guy who had been living in Germany for 15 years yet didn't speak a word of German and didn't want any future children with his new GF to learn either German or the third language she spoke. His older children back in the US only spoke English and it wouldn't be fair to them if their new half-siblings were different, so everyone should just be monolingual in English. He had also decided that the kids would definitely grow up in the USA, but hadn't discussed it with the GF at all. Which is funny, because I'd rather have my kids go through any European country's education system than America's. Unless that is he can afford to pay for private education. Some people just never emotionally age past 12. I want everything exactly my way regardless of how it hurts the people around me. People should have to sacrifice for me, but I don't want to do it for them. That doesn't make me some kind of asshole, though. First of all, living in Germany for 15 years and not being able to speak. Cringe. How did he think to archive the monolinguality? The children must go to school in Germany, it is not allowed to homeschool them here. So, ? I live in Belgium and I know a Brit living here for almost 2 decades and he doesn't bother to learn any Dutch because according to him, everyone understands English here anyway, so why bother learning the local language? Quote,